Well, good morning. It's me again. For those who don't know, I'm Pete. I'm Amanda's partner. I have to say, this is the strangest of times. It really is. And the strangest of times calls for all sorts of things. We in this country have suffered from a number of, in some ways, quite ridiculous rumours. I'll start off with Daniel Radcliffe, who played Harry Potter. And it was given out that he had coronavirus and had been tested positive, which in fact wasn't true. However, when he went to the studio to get made up for a television appearance, we're still doing that in this country, he told the woman when she asked, well, have you got coronavirus, that no, the scar saved him. Only Harry Potter fans will understand that. There was a rumour going that if you ate at a Chinese restaurant, you could catch coronavirus. And in this country, we've had a number, 25, 30 mobile telephone masks cut down because there was a rumour that you got it from 5G. All these rumours spread, but none of them helpful or truthful. And I want to take you back to that day in Jerusalem, where Jesus was crucified and rose again. And I'm going to tell this as a story. You're going to have to use your imagination. Firstly, that I'm in Jerusalem in 0 AD, and secondly, that I'm a police officer. And we'll see how the story goes. Hi, I'm Joe, lieutenant in the police force. I'm here because I like to keep people safe. I don't like people led astray by rumours. I want to make sure that we have the facts. And it's because I look for the facts that I'm famous in the Jerusalem Police Department. I walked into the chief's office 2 days ago. He looked at me and said, another one. I was puzzled. Another what? Another resurrection rumour. The place had been full of them. It seemed the body had disappeared. Was this guy murdered? Nope, he was executed because he claimed to be a king. Now his body's gone missing and somebody must have hidden the body. The chief asked me, go and find the facts. Search out what really happened. Well, where'd you start with the dead body? At the morgue. I wandered off to the morgue, walked in, and the coroner said to me, are you here about the Potter's Field suicide? I was slightly puzzled. I'd heard of no Potter's Field suicide, but nevertheless I explained to him I was looking for a dead rabbi, probably with scars in his hands and feet. No one here like that, said the coroner. We've got 2 thieves, got executed on Friday, but no one else apart from the Potter's Field suicide. We talked for a few more moments and then I realised that the morgue was in fact a dead end. Where to next? Well, obviously the next place to go to was the tomb. So off I went to the tomb. Find out what the facts really were about this disappearing body. Who better to ask than the people who were there? As I came up to the tomb, I was stopped by 2 Roman soldiers, one looking a little bit more nervous than the other. It's off limits. The governor says it's off limits, I was told. I said, fine, will you tell me what happened? Certainly, they said, although the other one looked even more nervous now. I said, what happened? They said, well, we sealed the tomb properly, made sure he was dead, sealed the tomb. Put a Roman seal over the stone that we rolled in front of it. Unfortunately, while we were guarding it, we fell asleep. And while we were asleep, the disciples came, broke the seal, rolled back the stone and took the body. I looked slightly puzzled, but the grave clothes are still there. Yeah, they didn't take the grave clothes, they folded them up nicely. And you're sure that's what happened? Absolutely certain, said one of them. Nobody told us to tell you this. And the other one said, no, nobody threatened us. Nobody bribed us to tell you this. Nobody told us not to say that what definitely didn't happen was somebody appeared in a shining bright robe and talked to us and scared us and we fainted. And the body walked out of the tomb. Nobody told us that, not to say that. It didn't happen. The disciples came I said, that's good that you know that, but how do you know it was the disciples if you were asleep? They looked slightly puzzled, and I wandered off, realising that whatever else was missing at this tomb, the facts were. The next two people I decided to interview were people who were on a road to Emmaus and had claimed to see him. I went to their house and knocked on the door. They welcomed me, asked me in, talked to me about the fact that they found a stranger walking with them on the road to Emmaus, and then when they got to their house and they'd had bread and wine, I thought, there's a clue here. They realised it was the rabbi. And then suddenly he vanished. Yes, I said, yeah. Now, how much of the wine did we have at this point? No. We really saw him. Yes, of course you did. Did you see anything else interesting? Spaceships? Anyway, I searched the house. Nobody at all. And again, what I seemed to have got wasn't the facts. And I really, really wanted the facts. So, what to do next? I decided to stake out an upper room. 2 nights later, people began to arrive. All sorts of people, women, prostitutes, doctors, fishermen, Levi's, tax collectors, all sorts of people. I stayed there listening. It sounded as though a party was going on. So around midnight I went and knocked on the door. A young lady answered it. Hello, can I help you? Yes, I'm looking for the facts, I said. The facts about what? She said. The facts about the rabbi. Come in, she said. I came in. Nobody took any notice of me at all. They were all surrounded a man who looked as though he had scars on his hands and feet, and they seemed incredibly happy to see him. I left quietly. I began to wonder, what were the facts? The next day I reported back to the rabbi, to the chief of police. He said, what have you found out? I said, it's all in the report. It seems quite clear to me that the disciples took the body and have hidden it way, way away in Egypt, or even further south than Egypt, outside our jurisdiction. He said, and those are the facts? And I said, well, they may not be the facts, but they're certainly a reasonable explanation. And anyway, it'll be over in a week or two, won't it? Our lives are full, at the moment, of contradictions. Certainly in England, we have contradiction. Young Boris has told us to stay at home and go to work, which I find quite difficult to do at the same time. But what I will say is that the facts of what keeps me going are the facts of that day at Easter. As we head towards Whitsun, it's great to think we have a Saviour who lives. Thank you very much for listening. God bless you all. Amen.